And now, here she is on the silver screen in Barbie the movie. I've been speaking to Laura. And we started from the beginning on how she got into it all, especially the film.
Good morning. My goodness, what a gorgeous welcome. That was so lovely.
Oh, you're very welcome. Blimey. Barbie, how did this come about then?
Well, I've been extremely fortunate. I've been doing lots of work in the motion capture world, and I have the most incredible agent in Emily through VoiceFox. And she got me on audition, and for some reason, they booked me for the job. So, been incredibly lucky, really.
Take me to the moment when you walked onto the Barbie set for the first time.
Oh, well, for motion capture, it's a little bit different. So,
Oh.
for motion capture, they actually had me in Frame Store. So, I didn't have the privilege of being on the Barbie set. However, they had me in Frame Store in something called a volume, which has loads and loads and loads of cameras around. And I have to wear a funny suit covered in little markers so they could pick up all my movement and all my actions.
Crumbs, that sounds complicated.
It's very technical.
Are you against the green screen or something like that? Have I got the picture?
It is kind of like that, yeah.
Wow. And how would we spot you in the film then? What were you doing? What were you up to?
Well, in the film, because a lot of it was pre-COVID, and a lot of the time a lot of the films that the scenes they shot, were all, they needed lots of random Barbies doing lots of bits and pieces. So they got myself and a couple of others to basically record those, so they could pop us in at random points, doing little waves or jumping in cars or jumping down from buildings and doing all kinds of randomness throughout the movie. So you'll see us, but we won't necessarily look like us.
Ah, have you seen yourself but not necessarily look like yourself?
Yes, it's very weird. I'm like, that's me, because I remember doing that. And like, they tell us what we'd be doing and where we'd be at certain points. And but they said they'd also add us in extra random bits as well, because they need to fluff up the background or fluff up different scenes. So, wow. Yeah, it was quite weird seeing it.
So if you don't look like you, what do you look like, Laura?
Well, Barbies basically. So they've made us look all different. So in one scene, I've got this beautiful, massive blonde hair and this cute little pink number. And then another one, I've got brown hair and wearing a green number, because they gave us a rough idea of what we'd look like. They were like, okay, well, you'd look like this and you'd look like that. And so, yeah. My job's a bit random, especially for motion capture. The beauty of it is they can make you look however they want. I did a game recently where they turned us into trolls, which was really weird seeing it back on screen. You know, you do this movement and you look back at the screen, you're like, oh, hang on, that's not me.
I was just going to say that. You took the words almost right out of my mouth. I was going to say motion capture. This is an incredibly fascinating, peculiar world by the sounds of it.
Oh my gosh, it's so random. So I also did the Transformers video game last year called Transformers Reactivate, and seeing myself running around as you know, pretty much like Bumblebee was so weird.
Oof. Have you seen the Barbie film? From what you've told me, I take it you have.
I have. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was so well done. Yeah.
Yeah. And did
Slightly
you get
biased, of course.
Of course. And did you get to meet any of the stars in the end, or were you just shut away in the room with your motion capture suit with bits on it?
I was going to say, sadly, no. Sadly, shut away in the room with bits on. But I've heard really great things. So a few of my friends were doing the full stunts on it, and they were saying how lovely they all were. What a gorgeous experience it was. I mean, it was a gorgeous experience for me as well. It's just a shame that I was at Frame Store out of the way. But those guys are amazing and so great at what they do.
What's next? What other roles have you got coming up then? It sounds as if you're never not working.
Oh, well, can't lie, I've been incredibly lucky, very, very lucky and blessed so far. I've got a couple of bits in the pipeline, so I've been doing a couple of stunt jobs for Netflix on different Netflix productions that'll be coming out later this year. Havoc is still waiting to come out, so that's the film that I did with Gareth Evans and Tom Hardy. That's coming out later this year. And then, I'm trying to think what else I've been doing. I've got Disney's Acolyte. That's coming out next year. I've got a little role in that. But the newest one that's coming out is The Winter King, and that's coming out on the 20th of August for ITV.
You see, when you're sat at home and the phone rings and it's your agent, you really do not know what's coming, do you?
Oh, no, you don't have a clue. Obviously, you have little hopes and things for things that you've auditioned for. But a lot of the time, I'm quite blessed. I have a lot of different auditions come through. But once you've done them, you just kind of have to block them from your mind and not think about them.
And how would you describe...
Just hope and pray.
And how would you describe your life in the movie world?
Oh, I love it. Every day is different. Every job is so amazing and brings on different challenges and lessons. And yeah, I'm extremely grateful.
So, to Bridgerton, Call the Midwife and Basil Brush, we can now add Barbie to your credits.
Yes, we can.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for having me and taking time to talk to me.
Well, you're officially a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Oh, you have just made my day, Malcolm. You have just made my day.
Lovely, isn't she? That's Laura from Leominster, our very own Laura Lake. I say watch out for you. You probably wouldn't spot her, but when there's tons of random Barbies, she's one of them. It's all about motion capture. What a wonderful world that sounds like. Maybe I should get into it myself. I could see myself in a suit with bits on it.